Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my weekly email or Facebook broadcast, rather. I'm very excited to be here with you today, and I have an incredibly important topic to talk about. For those of you that are on my weekly email list, you may have already gotten a little bit of a preview yesterday in the topic, which is about gratitude. So just want to remind everybody to, if you have not already signed up for the weekly email, to please do so here on the Facebook page. You can just click the sign up button. And also, please share with your friends. If you are getting the email, you can forward it to anybody you would like, and they can sign up for the email straight from that email. There is a link. So that being said, I am very grateful for all of you, and that leads me into today's topic. Now, where to start in talking about gratitude is there's so much around this. I'll call it an emotion, I'll call it an energy, a way of being, even a way of life. It's a practice. It's just there's so many facets to it. And one of the things to know about gratitude is that it is more than just saying thank you. You know, every day in our lives, we give casual thank yous. You know, somebody holds the door open for us, somebody, hands us a drink, we go, hey, thanks, oh, thank you. You know, strangers, today I went to the grocery store and two very lovely young people there helping me, one checking me out, the other bagging. I got into a nice conversation with them about the law of attraction. And but then they put the stuff, I'm like, thank you, have a good day, and off I go. And we say that a lot, and it is polite, it makes people feel good. Certainly would seem odd for me to just grab my cart and walk off. But what is it that we're actually really doing in that moment when we say thank you? And how does that differ from true gratitude? So the casual thank yous are great, they're polite, and it doesn't mean we're not appreciative. When we talk about gratitude as a way of life, as a way of being, it's when we take that thank you and we're really aware of it and present to it at a deep level, like deep in our hearts, like we're really, truly grateful. And sometimes it is those moments in a grocery store when a nice young person is helping and you're just looking at them and you're just really grateful. And actually I felt that with these two today because they were both so sweet. um, and it's when we look around in our lives and we truly connect with that sense of appreciation, that sense of knowing that we are honored and blessed to be having whatever that is in our lives, and really focusing on it. When times are difficult, when you're reading the news, when you're seeing the stuff going on out there in the world, the veterinary profession, your life, your friends, it can be very easy right now for people to be getting down, and a lot of people are very down. One of the things that can help tremendously is a practice of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions. When we say vibration, it's because different emotions have different vibrational energies. And some emotions, such as guilt and fear, are very low vibrational energies, emotions. And things like joy and happiness and gratitude and love are higher. Gratitude is one of the highest, and it is because it is so powerful. So one of the things that can really help to raise your energy level is when you are feeling down, is to focus on gratitude. And you don't have to only focus on gratitude when you're feeling down. I mean, focusing on gratitude all the time will help from keeping you from getting down. But the one thing to remember is there's always something to be grateful for. And if you are in a moment of feeling super low, super down, depressed, angry, alone, fearful, there's always something to be grateful for. And in that moment, you can literally be grateful for nothing other than the fact that you're breathing. You can be grateful for the fact that you are inside and not out on the street. If you are out on the street, you can be grateful that there are people around you. You can be grateful for the air. You can be grateful for water. You can be grateful for a pet. You can be grateful for the fact that you can get up and walk if you can get up and walk. If you can't get up and walk, maybe you can be grateful for a wheelchair or whatever assistance you have. There's always something to be grateful for. Starting to cultivate a consistent practice of gratitude in your life, and I'll go through some ways that you can do that, starts to become easier and starts to become more automatic. So in the beginning, especially if you are a person who's particularly down, you may have to grasp. You may have to be like, you know what, I'm grateful for this pen because I can at least draw a picture if I want to. Like, it could be like the silliest thing. I'm grateful that I have eyes and I can see, and that's not silly. You could just literally find anything. But what starts to happen is that the process of doing that starts to raise your own energy. You might not even be aware of it, but little by little by little, and then you start thinking of bigger things. And then you start saying, you know, I'm actually really grateful for this person in my life. Even though this job is right now making me miserable, I'm actually grateful that I have a job. I'm grateful that I can help animals. I'm grateful for this one particular coworker that I really laugh a lot with. And you start to find more and more things in life, and the more you focus on that, the higher and higher your energy becomes. And then the depression or the sadness or the loneliness or whatever you're feeling sometimes isn't quite so intense, and it can just help you to start to go into a path of healing and feeling better. Some ways to bring gratitude into your life on a more regular basis. There's several things you can do, and there's no right or wrong. Sometimes it's literally just being grateful. I'll be driving down the road and I'm just like zoning out. I'm like listening to whatever, and then all of a sudden I like wake up and become present and aware. And I start looking around, and whether it's raining or beautiful out, I'll just be like, I'm really grateful for this. You know, like we had 2 icky, miserable, rainy days. But I was so grateful for them because we'd been having a drought a few days ago. And with the rain, I was just imagining all of the trees just like sucking up the water. And I was so grateful for that. And I was grateful that I live in an area where we do get rain. Even if it's not as much as we would like right now, like we still get rain, and I'm very grateful for that. And then you just start, all of a sudden you notice a tree, like you're grateful, and then it just becomes this snowball reaction. I have a friend, we use an app called Marco Polo, and we will video message each other our gratitudes. And I'll just get on and push play as I'm driving, and I'm just talking, and I'm like, and I'm grateful for this, and it starts to snowball. And then I say one thing. I'll say, I'm really grateful for my dog Annie, and I'm grateful because I get to snuggle with her, and then I'm grateful because when I'm done snuggling, I feel this way, and then and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're snowballing, and that's all such great energy to be inside of. There are so many benefits as well to doing this, which I will go into. Another way that you can bring gratitude into your life, I mentioned briefly, is a partner. So like I said, my friend and I, we message each other regularly. If you live with somebody, you can do that. You can say, you know, every night before we go to bed or every morning when we wake up, we're going to take 3 minutes each and each do 5 to 10 gratitudes. You can buy a journal, you know, any notebook, any cute little journal, however you want to do it, digitally, on your phone, voice messaging it, whatever works for you. And every day, whether it's again before bed or in the morning, you can say just, you know, today, this date, boop, 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 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. And what you're going to start to see when you start to do this regularly is that it just becomes who you are. It becomes a way of being, and it starts to show up in how you speak. You suddenly don't want to complain as much. And when people complain, you're like, but, you know, I had a friend who had a lot of weeds on his bricks in his patio. And he was like, oh, there's so many weeds, and oh, I've got to do something about it. We're looking down at this patio, and I stood there just smiling, and I was like, yeah, but isn't it amazing that you have a house that has a patio to have weeds? Like that just started to become the way I would think. And it's not because, oh, I'm trying to think positively. It just really occurred to me that way because I was in that habit of being grateful all the time. You can start to find things to be grateful for in things we normally complain about, like weeds or annoying coworkers or, you know, sleepless nights. There's always something to be grateful for. So some of the benefits I said I would mention, there's a ton of research around this out there. So many people have studied gratitude, talk about gratitude, your health, just being in that higher vibrational energy reduces your stress. It helps you sleep better. It makes you a more enjoyable person to be around. So you benefit in your relationships. You have more energy. So you might work out more. You might eat better because you're not feeling so bad that you're like, oh, I'm just gonna eat this because I don't feel good. Um, there's again, it's this positive snowball effect of benefits in your life. So, oh, one other practice of gratitude that I almost forgot to mention that is really, really great at work is not only to just thank people you work with, acknowledge people you work with. Every day we take people for granted. They're just there, they do their thing. Let them know that you're grateful. But at team meetings, you could put everybody's name in a hat, a bucket of some sort, and go around and almost like a Secret Santa type thing, everybody pulls out a name. And it doesn't, you don't get to pick but whoever you get, you have to say, one thing, two things, whatever, about that person that you're grateful for. And if it's a really big workplace, it might be that this person and this person don't even spend that much time together, right? But that doesn't matter because if you can just look over and be present to somebody in that moment, then you can find something that you're grateful for. Like if you just stop and actually look at someone, like just look at them and say, I'm really grateful for your beautiful smile, or I'm just really grateful because everything you're wearing right now is a different color and I just think that's so fun and cute. And like whatever it is, there's always something to be grateful for. So not forgetting, one of the most important things people to be grateful for is yourself, and to acknowledge yourself and appreciate yourself and give yourself a break when you mess up and say, you know what, maybe I didn't do the best workout today, but I'm grateful that I got myself to the gym. Maybe the conversation could have gone better with whoever, that coworker, but you know what, I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to have that conversation and express what was there for me. There's just always a way that you can honor yourself, appreciate yourself for showing up, for getting you where you need to go, for doing, what you need to do, or just for being. So I hope this helps. I think, for me, the regular practice of gratitude in my life has made such a difference. I'd heard about it and heard about it and heard about it for so many years. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a grateful person. Oh yeah, I appreciate people. But it wasn't until I really started an active, regular gratitude practice with my best friend that I really, truly got the impact of it. And I started to see after a while that the way that I was actually thinking was starting to shift. So I am grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for this beautiful day and my 3 dogs that are laying here in my office with me. And I'm grateful that they didn't erupt in a fit of barking during my video. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. And don't forget to invite your friends to share our videos and our weekly emails. Take care.